You can develop some really bad habits over the long haul, and it's probably not as hard to put on 400 pounds as you would imagine. I was overweight even as a kid. Wore husky clothes all through school. I have never not been overweight.
There was a snowstorm that came into Corvallis in February of 2014 that just shut the city down. I basically drove to the liquor store in my car and got as much Crown and as many IPAs as I could possibly get. Ended up going on a 3-day solo bender, by myself in my apartment, fully functioning, fully writing emails to coworkers.
In my early 40s, I realized I weighed 400 pounds, I had type 2 diabetes, I was taking 3 shots a day and a handful of prescription medicine just to control my disease and get through day to day. I did wake up one morning and think, I'm done being sick and tired, I'm done being diabetic, but I did not begin to realize the level of misery that I was going to begin to undo. I didn't know how sick and tired I really was.
I never really thought I had an addictive personality. Then I woke up on that Sunday morning of that weekend when the snow started to melt, and I called a buddy of mine who I knew had been in recovery for 30 years and said, I need help, and I'm done. And I'm sick of being depressed and emotionally bankrupt.
All of a sudden it made sense that what I had done to myself with poor eating habits and lack of activity, when you do that to yourself, it also means you might have the opportunity to undo it.
Today it isn't so much about not drinking, it's about everything else, and everything else I'm learning about myself because I don't have the distraction of alcohol. When I run and when I bike, that's when I have the most clarity in my life. Kind of get down to the bones of what I'm about, who I am, and what's at my core.
We were introduced because we were both runners. Spencer is a runner in the truest form of the word. And my running was to literally try to make it across a driveway or between 2 telephone poles. I had this goal out there that I absolutely wanted to get to, and I needed help to get to it. And he very much made that possible.
As we got to know each other, she learned more about, my history with alcohol and addiction, and then I found out more about her history with obesity and type 2 diabetes.
We had a lot of very honest conversations with me about weight and food and how I felt about running with or in front of people, and he all of a sudden is beginning on this major lifestyle shift, and now we're having 2-way open conversations.
The more we talked about in an honest fashion those changes, we came to the conclusion that we might have some sort of story that we could tell. And
we've spent a lot of time and a lot of conversation talking about how different our paths are and yet how similar our paths are. And the one unifying thing through the whole thing for both of us is that we realize that change is indeed possible.